the radar before heading out the door.
The shooting we have experienced over the past week are totally unacceptable. Gun violence is senseless. It is meaningless, and on Friday night, it left one man dead and another mother grieving.
There you hear from Savannah Mayor Edna Jackson talking about the string of crime in Savannah. 8 people shot in just 3 days. 1 man was killed, 7 were hurt. We've been following these shootings from the very beginning. You can see where each shooting took place on this map. The first of the 7 shootings happened Wednesday night at Whitaker and Hall near Forsyth Park. The latest shooting happened around 3 o'clock Saturday morning outside a bar at East Gwinnett and Paulson. The increase in violent crimes has caught the attention of city leaders, as you just saw. Now they're taking a stand, and they've outlined a plan to reduce crime in neighborhoods. WJCL's Chelsea McDonald working for you with those details tonight. Chelsea?
Mayor Edna Jackson says neighbors on Savannah's east side are living in fear after 7 shootings within a matter of days. She calls the suspects kids and that they are too dumb to sort out their problems without a gun. So the city is now taking action. They visited other jurisdictions to see what works. One program that they are working to bring to Savannah is called Operation Ceasefire. The initiative will use public and private resources to intervene in the lives of those most at risk for committing violent crimes. They will use churches, neighborhood associations, police officers, and nonprofits to keep an eye out in their neighborhoods. The city is gathering research to see what strategies are best for Savannah, and they don't have a set date when Operation Ceasefire will begin. Most of the shootings happened in Alderman Mayor Osborne's district. She says enough is enough.
We need to have young people to understand that they should negotiate their differences, not shoot it out. Because somebody is dead at the end of the day or injured, and that doesn't do anybody any good, and the revenge is not worth the prize.
The city manager is expanding youth development programs to provide alternatives to the streets. They have a youth build program to help teenagers who drop out of high school get their GED, and the city plans to develop another SPLOST-funded family resource center on the east side of town. Now, Mayor Jackson is calling on parents, neighbors, lawmakers to step up. She encourages parents to get more involved with their kids' lives, and she wants neighbors to report crime when they see it. Reporting in the studio, Chelsea McDonald, WJCL News, working for you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Meanwhile, officers still need your help solving these crimes. If you have any information that could help, call the Metro Police Crime Stoppers line. You can even text them by calling 234-2020, or you can text the word crimes to 274-637. Use the keyword C-stop-2020. Callers can remain anonymous and could qualify for a cash reward. WJCL looking into morale issues at the Metro Police Department and how it affects public safety amidst rumors of a mass exodus from the Metro Police Department. Our own Rob Macko posed that question to city leaders at a news conference today and joins us now with more on that. Rob?
Kevin, an independent report released in May found more than 200 officers have left the force in the past 2 years. It also said that discipline was inappropriate and inconsistent, and said there was favoritism in the department. Now, dozens of officers have left this year alone. So how does this affect morale and public safety when veterans leave like that? Well, I posed that question at this afternoon's news conference at City Hall. Mayor Edna Jackson and Interim Chief Julie Tolbert said that every organization sees people leave for various reasons. As for morale, they said that officers who leave are disgruntled or sometimes they just weren't a good fit. But Alderman Tony Thomas sees things differently.
Well, I think everyone under this dome needs to swallow a reality pill. I mean, the reality is we have a department that is in chaos right now. We have people that are exiting. We've got a leadership issue in question at the department.
We have officers that leave the department for a multitude of different reasons. And sometimes it's just not a good match. They realize that law enforcement is not exactly what they thought it was.
Interim Chief Julie Tolbert says they are actively recruiting new officers now. Mayor Jackson called everyone's attention to many of the longtime officers who came to the news conference and served the city of Savannah and Chatham County. Now, Thomas says that he thinks Chief Tolbert has done a good job, but he would like to see the city do another independent audit to provide more guidance. The city's public information officer says a new chief should be named by the end of September. Rob Macco, WJCL News, working for you.
All right, thanks a lot, Rob. Metro officers are searching for a woman they'd like to question about a recent homicide. Detectives want to speak with Sharon Robinson about a deadly shooting that took place last month. They say she could be in the Savannah area, but she may have recently moved to North Charleston, South Carolina. Call Crime Stoppers if you know where Robinson is. Travis Rose was killed June 14th in the parking lot of the Madison Apartments at West 54th Street. Again, Robinson is just wanted for questioning. Continuing coverage now on the Wild Escapade casino boat venture that stranded dozens for hours. Since last week's ordeal, some passengers tell WJCL illegal gambling took place, but the company repeatedly says it did nothing wrong. Tradewinds Casino was set to do an interview explaining the confusion, but decided to cancel. WJCL's Nick Notario joins us now to explain why. Nick?
Well, you know, over the weekend, Tradewinds invited us on board to tell their side of the story, but did not allow our cameras inside. They agreed to talk today, but after seeing our coverage branded as the Wild Escapade, they pulled out. You might remember the cruise ship got stuck early Wednesday morning about 2 miles from Tybee Island. More than 100 passengers and crew members were later rescued by the Coast Guard. It was the ship's maiden voyage. In order for the boat's casino to operate, the ship must be in international waters or 3 miles away from land. Tradewinds says no illegal gambling took place. They say their machines were not spitting out payout tickets with correct times. But there's debate about when gambling took place amongst passengers.
Clearly we weren't 3 nautical miles out because we'd been stuck in the same spot since the night before, and we were all still gambling.
I did not see any land. I didn't see the lighthouse. There were no lights.
Following the grounding, we asked the Coast Guard if any fines could be coming. They told us their investigation is ongoing and details should be released in several months. Now, in addition to the machine issue, the company says when the boat first hit the sandbar, it was still in international waters and was able to keep moving along it for a couple hours before it eventually got stuck. Reporting in the studio, Nick Notario, WJCL News, working for you.
Nick, thank you, sir. Time now, 6:09, and still to come before the school year begins, a refresher course in generosity. We head to the Lowcountry where you're being asked to pack the bus. Plus, a local hospice hopes to expand services to a Lowcountry school district. We'll explain.
And local media covering the Atlantic Coast Conference giving no love to the Yellow Jackets. Going to tell you all about it later in sports.
Don't talk to me.